Welcome to your most educative and enlightening program, Healthy Living, aka your personal preventive measures against COVID-19 and other diseases. On this program, we give you home tips and bring medical experts to educate and enlighten you on 1,000 ways to stay healthy so you can live longer. Today, we are talking general home tips. We're giving you healthy tips, things that you can practice right from your home in order to combat cold, so you can stay healthy and live longer. Just stay tuned. We will be right back. Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is your most educative and enlightening program. We give you home tips and bring medical experts to enlighten and educate you on 1,000 ways to stay healthy so you can live longer. We've been talking home tips, things you can do from your home to combat cold so you can stay healthy. Just listen. Eat small portion of food at a time to avoid constipation, as digestion process will be slower this period. Eat foods and fruits rich in fiber and drink a lot of water, especially warm water. Avoid anything cold. It may affect your immune system and allows internal fat to congeal around your body internal organs. If you have low hair cut, please try to put on your cap or turban or something to cover your head to avoid getting cold. If your floor is tiled, please put on your socks. Don't walk barefooted, mostly at night. Put on the socks overnight if need be. Please, if you have aged ones or the elderly with you, keep them warm, as they are more vulnerable to cold this period. Drink more citrus fruits like orange, lime, lemon, pineapple, and the likes. Add them to warm water to boost your immune system. You can as well take garlic tea, turmeric tea, moringa tea, and don't forget your vitamin C. This is the period to be friendly with your vitamin C. The white is most effective for adults, so stay with the white color. Let the children stay with the colored one. Wow, that is so amazing. Now that we have brought you this information, the information is at your fingertips, and we believe that you will make the best of it. Now, let's meet our experts. Dr. Paul, good to have you again today.
Good afternoon.
All right, good afternoon, Doctor. Okay, so today we're talking what leads to bad eyesight.
Thank you, viewers. A lot of factors can lead to bad eyesight. They have the genetical, that's the ones you inherit. And there are other ones from malnutrition. And the other ones that are congenital, you just got them that way from the way you were born. So there are also other disease conditions, the ones that are caused by other health problems like diabetes, hypertension, and other disease conditions like eye infections. So a lot of things can cause eye health, but most importantly, lifestyle contributes to majority of the eye conditions we have.
So you can get this bad eyesight from genetics or something?
Yeah, there are a lot of eye conditions which you that are genetically transferred from maybe your parents or your grandparents, and you got them as part of that lineage. So like glaucoma, most people that has glaucoma or that have glaucoma, in their family history, you find out that maybe their great grandparents or their grandparents was blind or had glaucoma while they were alive, or if they are alive. So those ones you can say they are hereditary. And there are other conditions, like albinism, ocular albinism.
Okay.
People they have that are albinos, or their families or their parents or grandparents were albinos, they tend to have albino, and there tends to be they have ocular albinism, and all those ones can also stand under hereditary conditions. Then you also have malnutrition.
Okay.
Yes. Malnutrition is a great factor. Most health conditions we have one way or the other linked to malnutrition. So most times here in Africa, we don't have a very good dieting. Most times we indulge in meals that are not properly arranged, as in well planned in terms of dieting, and when you consume them over and over a time, it tends to affect your body, and in a way also affect your eyes.
Talking about dieting, are there foods that we eat that have adverse effects on our eyes?
Yes, there are a lot of foods that we eat or consume that can in one way or the other affect our eyes. For people that are predisposed to having diabetes, when you eat a lot of carbohydrate and it's not properly metabolized and you have a higher glucose level in your blood, it will in one way or the other affect your eyes. Then people that abuse alcohol can also in one way or the other affect your eyes. So these are foods. There are a lot of them that when you abuse them, there are also about this curry, ones that are not properly fermented, and when you consume them, they have high cyanide in them. It can also cause optic nerve damage. So all these things are foods that there are lots of them, but these are the ones I can place my finger on.
Oh, I like more emphasis on the Gary part.
Yeah.
This Gary, we ate Gary all through back in school in the hostel. You ate Gary until you are done. So there is a process that the Gary has to go through.
Yes.
For it to have health benefits for us. If that is not properly done, it can affect our health. So
cassava itself has all fermented one has very high level of cyanide inside. It's a chemical compound that is toxic and is not healthy for the body. So when you harvest cassava, process them, it is allowed. You are asked to allow it to ferment properly by when you the number of days you keep them, at least 24 to 48 hours. That will help those chemical components in the gari to go out, and you will not be more healthier. But when you harvest them and eat them without proper fermentation, you will going to get part of those, and in larger quantity when you consume them, you will likely going to have those toxicity, those chemicals that are not healthy for the body.
Okay. All right. So you mentioned something about glucose
levels. Yes, carbohydrate. That is the gari we eat, the bread we eat, and a lot of food we have in our home are mostly made of carbohydrate. So, and our African culture, you will see someone will take bread in the morning, take swallow in the afternoon, and you also swallow the rice again in the night.
Yes.
And most of this food are consumed at a very high proportion, and the serving is large. And when you consume them, and not that they just do them in a day, they do them 365 days. And all this will just build up in your system, increase the levels of glucose and other cholesterol in your system. And by so doing, they will build up and start affecting organs in the body.
Wow.
So that is part that nutrition, we need to watch out for. It's always good to balance your meal. And if you are someone that does not indulge in regular exercise, it's also very good that you cut down on most of these carbohydrates. Cut them down, improve or increase protein in them, increase vitamins, and all those, it will help you to balance. And most times the eyes need more vitamins and minerals that are useful to it than the carbohydrate we are consuming and protein. So when you take all these ones, the other ones are not coming in, and they will come in and build things that will cause you one eye problem or the other.
All right. Talking about foods we eat that can boost the eyesight. Can you enlighten us more on types of food to eat to boost the eyesight?
Well, vegetable is number one source of vitamins for the eye. It contains a lot of vitamins A, B, D, and all those that are healthy for the body and the eye. Then you have the carrot, you have milk, a lot of proteins, but you just have to take them in appropriate proportion so that the body will be able to make use of them. Because one thing about the body, no matter how much you eat them, the body will just take the ones that it needs and you will excrete the rest. And if you don't excrete them, if you don't have the proper metabolic system that will metabolize these things and take them out of your system, some of them will now go in your body and store in your muscle areas and form fats, and some of these things, they will also affect your blood vessels. They will not just they're also going into the blood vessels. They will form around within the blood vessel and cause you other vascular diseases. So vegetables are very good. We are a very good source of vitamins that the body and the eye needs. So I encourage people to indulge, and vegetables are not that expensive compared to most of these food that we think that are healthy. We have a lot of vegetables. You have the pumpkin, you have the water leaf, there are a lot of them there. There are cucumber, there are garden egg leaf. All these leaves are, we can find them in our garden. We just try and make sure that they are in a proper proportion in our meal, and that will be healthy for us.
That's where the issue lies. How do we then know the proper proportion to take?
When you have your meal, make sure you have more of vegetables than carbohydrate. That's the only formula. That means if you put them that way, you will live healthier and you live longer. But if you put more carbohydrate than vegetables and protein, you will develop more health conditions.
All right. Thank you, doctor. Are there more how do I put it now, lifestyles aside from fruits and all the other lifestyles that we live that may affect our sight?
There are a lot of them, especially alcohol abuse. That is a major one that I know. And there are a lot of people that they don't exercise. They don't just wake up in the morning, they brush their teeth, they have their heavy meal, breakfast, they jump into their car, they drive straight to the office. They will take 1 or 2 steps to their table and they sit like that for almost 8 hours. The next day, all those kind of sedentary lifestyle also pose a heavy threat to the body and the eye. So for alcohol abuse, there's been a lot of abuse, in Africa, and people just, consume this alcohol as if it's food, and it is not. It causes more damage to the system than we think. So. Not just for the body, but for the eye, even the brain. So it's most of our lifestyle too. It's really putting us under unnecessary pressure and exposing us to a lot of health challenges.
Okay. All right, doctor. At what point will you know that your eyesight is becoming bad and you need to do something about it?
There are a lot of eye conditions that will give you signs, and you will need to, with symptoms that make you want to seek for an opinion from an eye specialist. But there are ones that will not give you any until maybe it has gone into a very ugly stage. When I say ugly stage, it's mostly when you go to the clinic, there are little or nothing that the doctor can do more to you. We just advise you and all that, but we don't always want our patients to come in at that stage. We always want people to come in where we will be, your eyes are okay, your eyes are doing well, all right, do this, avoid this, avoid that. It's better because everybody goes home happy. But I don't want to have you in the clinic and you have an advanced stage glaucoma where I will tell you, There's nothing. The only thing you need to do is continue using your drugs. Maybe change your lifestyle. If you're no longer having a very good vision, we'll tell you to stop driving at night, stop going to work. All those kind of things is not something I want to be indulging in. So I always advise people, why it will cost you less to have a periodic eye check or body check than coming in late stages in most of these conditions. So periodic eye check is the goal. It's the main thing. It's what government, NGOs, health partners, churches, religious bodies should always advocate, because it will save the country a lot of money. There are a lot of money spent on health than on education. And all these things can be avoided when you adjust your lifestyle and when you do a proper eye check, a proper health check. I don't want to be,
particularly if you keep this unhealthy lifestyle, it cuts across both children, young ones. This one does not use age. It doesn't come with age. It comes with okay. Exactly. All right. Okay. When this healthy lifestyle is not kept or done or lived, and one is down with bad eyesight, what are the corrective measures?
Well, there are a lot of corrective measures. There are a lot of things we can offer in the clinic. First of all, when you come in and we do a proper eye examination with all that we have, and we make a proper diagnosis, there are a lot of things that can be offered. Mostly, it can come in as an advice, medical advice, or counseling. Can also come in as visual aids like glasses, contact lenses, and other visual aids like computer or whatever aid that we feel that is appropriate for your eye condition. Then you also have medication. There are oral and topical, that is ones that you drop in your eyes, medications we can also give depending on the eye condition that you have at the moment. Then there are also medical, surgical advice for something like cataract, glaucoma, and other maybe tissue growth that needs to be removed. All those ones, they are all part of the solutions that we offer in the clinic. So it is always good to, when you notice, a departure of what you used to have from your vision, maybe you're looking at your eyes and it's not looking the way it used to be, especially if there are growths coming out, there are color changes, or discomforts that you don't understand. It's always good to seek for proper medical advice. And another thing, it's when you don't have a professional advice, you tend to expose yourself to a lot of problems. There are a lot of advice going out, and someone will tell you, when you have a very severe itching, you put an onion in your eyes, And someone will tell you put salt water, some will tell you put breast water, some will tell you, there are a lot of them out there, giving all sort of. There is even a video I saw sometime, people removing cataract with one orthodox method, exposing themselves to a lot of risk that can end up not solving the problem but getting you blind. So I saw someone that I don't know the mixture concoction the person did, and the person came in with a very severe conjunctivitis. We were lucky we were able to handle that and treat the person, and the person got better. But not everybody that is that lucky. By the time you come back, you might have lost one or two tissues, maybe the cornea, which is very important in your eye. And when you lose that part, replacing a cornea through cornea transplant, it's a fortune. You might sell 1 or 2 pieces of land doing that.
That is if you have the
money. Yes, if you have the money. So if you can just walk in and check your eyes and probably 1 or 2 drugs given, or maybe just an advice. There are some things that don't have to do with drugs. Yeah, sure. There are some people that will just tell you, man, use warm water or use water or use this or that to clean up, and they get better. So everything is not money and drugs, but it's better to do the right thing. It saves you a lot of stress and a lot of things that you get regretting in life.
All right. I would like to correct an error. I see glasses here. We heard one of those saying that if you don't have eye problem and you happen on one of these medicated glasses and you start to use it, somehow you develop one. Is that correct?
Well, I would say correct. I would say not so correct. There are a lot of people that indulge in wearing glasses that are not prescribed by eye professionals. I think that one is wrong. You can have sunglasses, which is very good. I always advise people to have, especially people that are living in the tropics. A lot of sun exposure and sunburn that are causing a lot of eye issues, especially cataracts. I forgot to mention that.
Wow.
Yes, exposure to high levels of UV, ultraviolet rays from the sun can actually induce cataract formation. So sunglasses are very advised. So you can have sunglasses that are well specified. There are ones that will tell you that will absorb UV 100%, but they are not. Those ones, they just color them and they put them there. So it's always good to, when you want to get, you look for optical centers or dispensing areas where they can offer you good and quality sunglasses. But for other people that just walk into the market, they will just go and test one or two frames, lenses, and they feel, this is better. I think those ones are, endangering their eyesight more than they think that they are gaining. Because most times you will be wearing something that is far away from what you're supposed to have.
Yeah.
Could be just a very minor refractive error that will require a very low grade powers. And because a test was not done, and you have to do that manual kind of testing, and you end up wearing something that is not suitable for you, and you could develop headaches, nausea, you could develop a lot of issues. Sometimes it can even worsen your eye condition. So I don't advise people doing that. It is completely wrong.
All right, doctor. I would also like us to quickly also attend to this matter. We heard that when you use candles or lights, flames like that to read like all through the night, it also affects the eyesight. Is that correct, doctor?
Well, yeah, it can in one way affect your eyes. It's better to read with a bright light, and light's supposed to be in a proper positioning. When you do that, it reduces fatigue. One, it makes you read better.
There you have it. We've been on Healthy Living, talking about factors that leads to bad eyesight and how to correct it, how to live a healthy lifestyle and all that. And Dr. Paul is being on the matter. He's done justice to it. We believe that you have learned from him. And after this education and enlightenment, we believe that you will start practicing all that you are counseled and advised, and your health will be better for it. Stay with us. That is so amazing. Now that we have educated and enlightened you, we believe that you will make this a daily part of your routine. Remember to stay safe. Avoid crowded places. If you must go out to public places, please wear your mask. A lot of you do not like wearing the masks, but if it is not for your sake, wear it for the sake of your loved ones, to prevent them from contacting the disease and to prevent the disease from spreading. Always wash your hands, keep your hands sanitized with hand sanitizer, and keep maintaining the social and physical distancing as directed by the NCDC, federal government, and WHO. You can change the narrative. Stay positive despite negative narrative. You can watch this program on YouTube and follow us on our other social media platforms as displayed on the screen. To be a part of this program, for sponsorship and advert placement, please contact us via the number on your screen. I am Nelly Joseph, and I will see you again soonest. Bye.